The gods are shapeshifters. In the Odyssey, ancient entities do not have fixed human forms. Athena regularly changes her shape, gender, and voice to appear as a young boy, a female weaver, or an old family friend named Mentor. The mythological core, arguing about the physical demographics of divine beings or legendary heroes in a story literally built on identity deception, disguise, and fluid shapes, is fundamentally stupid. Odysseus himself survives by shape-shifting his identity, pretending to be a beggar or telling the Cyclops his name is nobody. In the Odyssey, Homer treats shape-shifting not as a cheap magical trick, but as the ultimate weapon of survival, psychological manipulation, and divine authority. Unlike modern fantasy where shape-shifting is used for physical combat, Homer used physical transformations to mirror the themes of deception, hidden identity, and the deep paranoia of war. If you want to blow your audience's minds with the actual text, here is exactly how Homer wrote about shape-shifting across three major categories. The divine identity thieves, the gods. The Greek gods in the Odyssey almost never appear in their true, radiant form because looking directly at a god can destroy a human's mind. Instead, they shapeshift to infiltrate human spaces undetected. Athena's endless masks. Athena is the ultimate shapeshifter in the epic. To guide Odysseus's son Telemachus, she transforms her physical appearance, her clothes, and her voice into an old family friend named Mentor, which is where our modern word mentor comes from. Later, she shapeshifts into a young girl carrying a water pitcher to guide Odysseus, and even transforms into a bird, a swallow, to watch a battle from the rafters. The Proteus Nightmare. In Book 4, Homer introduces Proteus, the old man of the sea. Proteus is a literal, fluid shapeshifter who changes form rapidly to escape capture. When King Menelaus traps him, Proteus violently shifts from a lion to a serpent to a leopard to a massive boar to running water and finally into a tall, leafy tree. Everyone calling Christopher Nolan's new movie woke is completely missing the point. Look, I get it. The critical drinker is out here throwing a tantrum about Hollywood studio agendas, and Nerdrotic is tracking trailer dislikes like it's the stock market. Even the Metatron is having a minor stroke over historical costume accuracy. And usually, they have a point. Both sides of the internet culture war love to fight over scraps. But while they are busy screaming at clouds about identity politics and historical accuracy, they are completely blind to the actual trap Nolan is setting for us. This isn't a political lecture. It's an ancient psychological mind game, and you're falling for it. Think about it. When Hollywood adapts a Greek epic, what do they usually do? They give us Troy, Brad Pitt looking majestic in bronze armor, a bunch of buff guys swinging swords, and a straightforward story about a big wooden horse. It's predictable, it's basic, and honestly, it's completely wrong. The real Odyssey written by Homer isn't about muscle-bound meatheads winning an honorable war. It's about the psychological devastation of war and what happens to a man's mental state when he's trapped in hell for 10 years. Nolan doesn't care about making a generic historical epic to satisfy Twitter keyboard warriors on either side. He is an expert at dissecting broken minds. He gave us Memento, Inception, and Oppenheimer. He doesn't look at Odysseus and see a flawless action hero. He sees a severely traumatized soldier dealing with a decade of mental warfare. The internet is arguing about casting choices while the source material literally features shapeshifters. In the actual myth, people change forms constantly. Deception is the entire point. If Nolan follows the text, the person you think you're looking at on screen isn't even who they say they are. Complaining about representation or accuracy in a story where the characters are literal shape-shifting entities is like going to a magic show and complaining that the magician isn't using a historically accurate top hat. It's missing the entire forest for a single stupid tree. We've been conditioned by the algorithm to look at every piece of media through a modern political lens. The woke side wants everything to be a sermon, and the anti-woke side panics if a character doesn't look exactly like a 1950s comic book. They've turned film criticism into a sports match where everyone loses. Stop letting the bandwagon tell you how to think. Nolan isn't bowing to a modern agenda. He is honoring an ancient psychological reality. If you want the deep dive into how shape-shifting completely changes the plot of this film, you need to watch my next video. Hit subscribe, leave a comment telling me why the bandwagon is wrong, and stay tuned to Echoes of Wisdom. See you in the next one.